All right guys, Adrian here, and this is another Brute Shoot. Today we're talking about something near and dear to my heart, and it's single modality work. It's straight up aerobic capacity development that a lot of people will consider boring, right? This isn't the sexiness of handling a heavy barbell. It's not gonna look cool on your Insta story. But what I'm here to tell you right now is that it's gonna make the difference in your day-to-day performance or your week-to-week performance in the CrossFit Open. Now, why is that? It's really simple. To be honest with you, CrossFit is so constantly varied, if you're doing it right, that it's really, really hard to truly digest our improvement, right? From movement to movement or workout to workout, because each and every workout stimulates our heart rate differently. It peaks our O2 differently. It allows us to locally, and when it comes to muscle endurance, respond at a very different rate. So how will we ever know? Clearly, doing benchmark workouts is a great way to reassess this. But when it comes to truly learning pacing, there is no better prescription than just sitting on the rower, sitting on the bike, running, right? And not even doing these things in forms of mixed modality work where you're going from erg to erg to erg to the run or to the pool, out of the pool, right? It's where you're actually focusing on one movement at a time, whether it's long, slow, and steady rate type endurance work, or if it's Chris Hinshaw prescribed aerobic capacity work. If you're a Brute athlete, we refer to this work as called chopping wood, right? We're doing the mundane and we're allowing the use of that to take us to new levels of our performance. Now, to go back a little bit, let's think about the why behind this. Variance works in our favor when it comes to training response. Variance works against us when we're thinking about actually tracking data points and allowing clear, relative, and concise measures of are we getting real improvement. So when we sit down on that rower and we're having an opportunity to basically align or measure up, one, how we feel, and two, the real distance and or time measures that we complete something allows us to blur those things together, right? A lot of times in the middle of a workout, we don't know what has taken us to the point of suffering until it's too late and we look up at the clock and or our pace is off and or we're not feeling the way that we wanted to feel at 7 minutes in and we still got 7 minutes to go, right? When we do intervals and we do steady work on, we're just using a rower as an example, we have an opportunity to get a feeling, right? Let's say we're doing intervals where we're gonna go 400 meters based off of a 7 out of 10 effort, and then we're also gonna go 400 meters on a 5 out of 10 effort pace or perceived rate of exertion. We're gonna rotate between those two efforts and we're gonna essentially accumulate 4,000 meters, right? What we can assure ourselves is that we're gonna come out on the other end, as long as you're being a conscious athlete, of how to measure how we feel at that 7 out of 10 pace and how we feel out of that 5 out of 10 pace. If we don't have the capacity to be able to recover during that 5 out of 10 pace, and we note exactly the pace that we're trying to hold there, let's say it's 2:03 when it comes to a 500 meter split, then we have this conscientious understanding of that's too fast to be my recovery pace, right? And then the next time we do that workout, we can slow it down to a 2:05 split. The point is, this gives us real data points to track without the abstractness of the variance point that a lot of times we get within the Metcon. Why aren't there enough people doing this? And why aren't you probably doing it enough? It's because you're naturally drawn to the more sexy type of training, right? You want to post your PR lifts to your Insta story. You want to show the cool gymnastics skills that you just gained on your Instagram. And that's all great and it's cool. And I want you to continue to do that. But don't forget, it's the work that people don't see, and it's the work that you put in when you're by yourself, like single modality work, like the work that's just chopping the wood, right? We're gonna build you a bigger engine. And then so the skills that you have with your gymnastics, the strength that you newly develop through your ability to move heavier loads in the clean jerk and the snatch and the squat and the deadlift, when those things appear in traditional CrossFit format and you get tested in the open, you're gonna have the engine and the new fuel injectors to be able to show off those skills amongst a bunch of chaos that you're gonna be experiencing internally, right? With the heart rate skyrocketed through the roof, you'll be able to find a little bit of peace amongst the chaos and slow yourself down to know the pace that you need to stick in order to continue to get the best score possible. So my call to action for you guys is have a seat on the rower or get dialed in and find some comfort amongst the chaos of rowing a nice and casual 5K. Do it once to twice a week. Learn how you feel. Try to build the pace as you go. And if you haven't yet, sign up for Brute Strength. We'll help guide you there through the open, right? We still got time to help get you to the place where you can be your best and optimal performing self late in the month of February. And if you guys don't have the resources for that and you're at the ends of resources for yourself, then visit aerobiccapacity.com and check out what Chris Hinshaw prescribes. There's a couple free workouts there every week that'll guide you along your way, definitely to a fitter version of yourself.